Hi, welcome to SLPA 202, Clinical Observation 2. In this course, you're going to obtain 17 hours of observation of speech-language therapy services, and we're going to talk about different aspects of the therapy process as covered in your clinical observation book, which you used last semester. So we're going to do your live observations, and we're also going to use some therapy sessions from the Master Clinician Network. This is a website. You have a subscription to Master Clinician Network, which is paid for by Mitchell Technical Institute. So we'll do some observations together using that, which will be kind of nice. We'll all be able to kind of look at the same thing and talk about what one person saw versus what the other person saw. So covering our clinical observation text, completing your observation hours. We're also going to add in some discussions because I know that it is nice when we can interact with each other and hear about what other speech language pathologists are doing in sessions that might be different than what we're seeing in, with the speech language pathologists that we watch in a different part of the state or a different part of the country. So you're going to start out by filling out a form for me on our coursework tab. I believe I have it in news and announcements. And you're going to let me know where you plan to do your observations. This way I can make a contact directly with the district, either the administrator or the SLP, to make sure that it's okay for our students to observe with them and to find out if there's anything important that they want you to do in terms of dress or conduct before you go in to do your observations. So please, before you schedule any observations, make sure that you complete that form. Give me a chance to make a contact with those people, and then I'll email you back as soon as I've heard from them, letting you know that it's okay to schedule those observations. As a course instructor, I always think that the syllabus is very important. In this course in particular, it is extremely important that you read the syllabus, you print it off, and you keep track of everything on the syllabus. There are requirements for you in terms of the number of hours that you obtain, the locations of the services where you've observed, the age groups, and the different types of disorders that you've observed. So it's going to be very important throughout the semester that you make sure you keep track of where you've been observing and what you've been seeing. I will help you with that too if you have questions about observations. The first half of the semester, you're going to be writing one observation report per hour of observation. You're going to turn in your data tracking or your therapy tracking sheets in which you're taking notes and kind of keeping track of plus minus data during your observations. This is important because once you go into doing your field work, remember that you're going to be manipulating materials, implementing therapy, providing cueing, and tracking data all at the same time. So we really want you to get used to keeping track of data and writing notes during therapy sessions now, just as you're watching, so that that piece is going to come more easily to you next semester when you go into fieldwork. Let's see, you'll keep track of your observations on an observation log, and then periodically, every 2 weeks or so, you'll be putting that data into an Excel spreadsheet and uploading that so that we can keep track of where you are with hours throughout the semester. So we'll get into that all more during our week 1 voice thread, and we'll use voice thread for discussion. We may do some live discussions. It depends kind of on what you and the class want to do, how you want to do that, and how schedules work out. So just know that we've got some flexibility with our discussion piece of this. Of course, if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Get that form filled out. Let me know where you're planning on observing so I can start making those contacts, and we'll get going with our observation class.